Round of applause.
We could have homes on separate coasts, go dive in Greece with squids. Could have been so bleeping rich, but instead we had kids. They won't smile for a photo, they won't eat the food we choose. That's why we're heading to the parents' lounge to drown ourselves in booze. Every day we're more exhausted, we haven't slept in years. They hit me in the nuts so bad, my eyes filled up with tears. And yes, we'd like to fake our death and go off of the grids, but the truth is we are softies and we truly love our kids. So join us every Tuesday night to laugh at all our pain. Evening in the parents' lounge is the cure to staying sane.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to a special Thursday night episode of The Parents' Lounge. I'm your host, Jason Gowan. With me, as always, is the delightful, beautiful Jamie Kaler. You're muted. Come on.
Which is great news, because the way I just ate a bratwurst and tried and really thought that I could time the song correctly, that I wouldn't still be chewing. So you're happy I was muted, because it was like breaking through the skin of the bratwurst. Not the best sound.
Rudy's here. What's up,
Rudy's
man?
here. Rudy.
We did our very first St. Patrick's Day night. We did our very first virtual hang. Rudy and I ended up talking for like an hour and a half. It was cool to actually get to, meet some of the people that, watch the show every week.
How was Kaler there?
No, are you kidding me? He never made it.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. St. Patrick's Day was delightful for us.
Because you had a little shindig, right?
Well, the shindig, so two things happened. Well, one is that the leprechaun is not it's a thing that I started during the pandemic. Like, let's make this day different than every other day. This leprechaun came and left coins during the pandemic. I didn't think the boys
on St. Patrick's Day, or he was just doing this?
No, on St. Patrick. Yeah, well, both. No, on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't think the boys were going to remember. Neil woke up St. Patrick's Day morning. Why didn't he come? He didn't come. It's also it's a Friday. So I spent most of the day trying to search for chocolate coins. Found them. It was fine. He came the next day. But But wait
a minute. Aren't you the same woman who shut down Elf on the Shelf?
Yeah. 100%.
So you thought, the best thing to do is I'll make another thing that is almost exactly the same?
I legitimately didn't think he'd remember, because it's not an actual lore. And then he was
think about it, though. If you're a kid, and something magical like that happens to you, do you forget it?
No, but but you're forgetting to ask the important question. If you're an idiot kid, which is what Neil is, he's
not. He is a sweet kid.
Why did this happen?
What a terrible mom.
I don't know my internet keeps going up. This is so. He's a sweet kid, but that doesn't mean he's smart. By the way, he got it from me because I put my hoodie on backwards today, but I feel like it's actually a really great thing for being a parent. Just kids fighting all day.
Cheez-Its alone would be fantastic.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a bowl. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. We have guests. We can't just keep talking about my hoodie being a bowl.
Yeah. Our guests tonight they've joined us before. They are an absolute delight. We love having them.
Yeah. Although
ahead.
I
You
realized
have-
the first time, no, I was going to say when they joined us before, they were together. So I'm very curious to see who's at the house with Michael, the child, today. I'm like, ooh, who's got Mikey? I call him Mikey.
Megan raised her hand, so we'll find out here in a second.
Okay. Well, there we go.
All right, shall we get this party started? All the way from Florida, the moms of Tampa, Tiffany Paskas and Megan Stortz. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Snack bowl.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I also love it.
You noticed it was for you, but not for her.
Yeah.
Would not recommend cereal.
No.
Maybe.
Would
Try
not.
to keep it, like the
Yeah.
Cheez-It.
Cheez-Its, if
I
you
love
will.
that.
Okay, so Megan, so
Yeah.
last time we had you guys on, you guys were together. So this is such
Mm-hmm.
an interesting dynamic because obviously you guys are in a huge fight and don't want to be together.
Listen, we don't live together, I swear. We do have two separate homes.
Which is the way it should be. I mean, but that's so how are you guys doing? How's everything?
So good. We're so busy, but we're doing so good. So good.
Yeah.
I feel like there was the last time we saw you, there was a couple of things that had happened. There was something that was like possibly going to happen that you couldn't speak on yet. Did that ever come to fruition? No. Tiffany says no. Okay.
There's a story
was
there. You can
that?
tell by the way Tiffany's reacting to that.
No, I feel like we were trying so hard. So we were like envisioning something to happen, something that we were going to do. And now that we know that it's actually not happening, every single time we go through like a difficult task or like this past weekend, we were carrying all of our luggage and our baggage and stuff. And we were like, it's a good thing we didn't get it to happen because we would have fucking lost on day one. We would've died.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Like, I go back and forth. Can I say what it is? I mean, we're not under contract or anything.
We're not on a contract. So I don't know.
I love that you
it,
think that anybody important watches this show.
No, we made it pretty far in the casting for Amazing Race.
Yes.
And we were like to the point where we had to almost start like buying things for the show. So yeah, everything
Wait,
was just
like what kind? Oh, like survival equipment?
yeah, you're like living out of a backpack. Like you would have to like be ready. How long is the show? Like 6 weeks, and you have to live out of a backpack. And it's a heavy backpack too.
It's just the fact on day one you see them carrying all of their shit, and we were like, we got this. Like this is gonna be super easy. We carried our backpack to go on a cruise. Like it literally just had necessities for fun, and we were dying. So
ma'am, we had 12 cans of seltzers each in our backpacks. One.
Okay.
So that's like what the first afternoon's worth.
Full of shots. Okay, and also so.
It's priorities though, honestly.
Well, yes. It's worth the wait. Are you kidding me? The wait.
Yes.
WEIGHT. That's
exactly
so hilarious.
But that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like running to the cruise and I was like, this is what it would have been like on Amazing Race.
So this is so interesting because I'm sort of like, who did they pick instead of you? Like who got the final spot? Like, because for me, your story is like so I feel like it would touch so many people. I'm like, who could have been better than this?
Well, I think we kind of messed up because, you obviously have to be like somewhat fit. And I was a little too honest on my application. And I was like, I never work out. I'm not in good shape. And they were probably like, she's
not going to make it.
But isn't that good television for them? I mean, I feel like when I did watch Amazing Race, it's not all fit people, is it? Isn't it like all bodies or no?
It's all bodies, but I feel like some people have better endurance. Like I haven't going up one flight of stairs. I'm not making it like to run from the airport to the end of the airport. You know what I mean? Like that's not good TV. They would have to stop for me a lot.
Yeah.
It would be embarrassing. Like
I think what might have done it, Megan and I did a YouTube video where we were practicing yoga poses.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they watched that and they were like, if these girls can't do yoga poses for more than 5 seconds without dropping each other, like they're not going to make it, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now you guys were did you just allude to you guys were just traveling? Was the cruise recent?
Yeah, we got back yesterday.
Oh, no way. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I feel like every good cruise leaves Florida. We've got a couple that leave California here, but like y'all got the good cruises going on over there. So
Where do the California ones go? Alaska?
They go to Mexico.
Oh.
Which is cool, but also I could drive across the border and go to Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need the boat for that. And yes, and I think Alaska cruises, I think, take off from Seattle. Who's to say, Jason? I don't know. But the bottom line is, where did you guys go? And was it you and the whole fam bam? No.
It was just someone had to watch the kids, you know what I mean?
How did the dad fare?
We were working hard. It was a tough day at work.
Part of the job, you know.
I was gonna say, were you guys shooting content the whole time?
We did. We shot so much content. We went to the Dominican Republic and the Bahamas through Virgin Voyages. So that was our cruise that we did.
Oh my God. I gotta tell you.
Do you leave out of Daytona? Or on your side? Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, you used to live in Florida. I forget the
story. I used to live in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is which is the housewife Palm Beach, like that Luann de Lesseps lives in? Is that West Palm? One of them's really fancy, right?
I don't think
any of them. Okay.
If it's fancy, we wouldn't know. No, unfortunately.
All I know is in West Palm, I ran into Vanilla Ice literally 14 times. Usually getting tacos, almost always at this taco truck.
That's so funny. What is he? Didn't he do something he was like Mark Twain for all? Anyway, my brain's going. How do you guys handle spring break? Because my kids and I are on spring break right now, and my husband had to work. Do you guys do spring break do you both go on spring break with if you guys do a kiddo trip, or is that just a you, Megan thing? What do you guys do for spring break?
We split the week.
Okay.
So we do week to week and we switch off on Mondays. So whoever came off that week before spring break gets the first, 3.5 days. And then,
gotcha.
But we were on the spring break. So the men had the kids.
Yeah.
This was spring break.
Yeah. we had spring break.
And how did the dads fare without you guys?
Oh,
they're still alive.
They're still alive. We got a lot of texts. A lot of I appreciate you more now. My marriage has never been better. It's
no samesies. That's exactly what it was. It was an appreciation trip at this point.
Oh, that is always so great when you can create that. Either you miss me or you miss me as a parent. It's great. Mm-hmm. It's just great. Really works out for us. So I heard this thing recently that was I felt like was so great. Or I maybe read it. I forget where it was, but maybe it was, guys, it was probably on Instagram, if I'm being honest. But it was basically this woman, somebody had snarked to this woman who's a mom, saying oh, your husband's a doctor, so would he ever expect you to do surgery on his patients? And she was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that when he goes to work, my job is to be home with the kid. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's like, and then when he's off of work, then we're both on duty. Just because my job happens to be in the home does not mean that I'm the only one that works, and we're both off of work. And that's when we do things together. That's when we share the load. That's when we share the burden. And I was like, yes. Yes. And it's, not everybody can do. Sometimes my husband's not off of work till 9. So the burden's mine until 9, but he's also working until 9, Anyway, I just, are you guys sharing the burden in your homes?
Yes, I am 100% like what you just said. My husband, he leaves for work at 4:00 in the morning. He gets home at 7:00 at night. But he also has quite a few days off depending on the time of the year. There's never, he's out grocery shopping right now. It's not just my job. So, as soon as he gets home, sometimes I'm I know, honey, I know you just got off work, but go see your dad,
Yeah.
He does dishes. He takes the garbage out. There is no. Yeah.
It has to be everyone. Even all 4 of us together, it takes a lot for these friggin' kids. So
yes.
it needs to be everyone putting in all the effort, trying to
That's 2 parents per kid. I'm outnumbered here. And Kate, you are too when Dickie's working.
Yeah. But I mean, not as badly as you are. Yeah, because he's got twins and an older son as well. So he's got 3 and a wife who is disabled from a stroke. So
she 6 days after she gave birth to the twins, she had a stroke.
Oh my God.
And so we almost lost her, and her heart at the time was only running at 19%.
Jesus.
And so it was crazy. So for the rest of her life, it has some lasting effects, especially like her right arm doesn't work properly. And
she can't drive.
She will never drive again.
Yeah.
No, she will never drive again.
Yeah. Well, so by the way, I just want to clarify. It sounded very bitchy the way I was like, well, and his wife's disabled from a stroke. I just want to be very clear. I was saying it in defense of you're outnumbered. I didn't mean it like
because even if Melissa can help to some degree as a human barricade, but that's it. I mean, that's the most I can use her for.
Yeah.
We when we're all together, especially, I mean, they both of them, we have 12 and 5, like they still like run all over us, and we all just, whoever sees it, has to deal with it. So sometimes Tiff and I will just hang back and we'll just be like,
yep,
and then someone's got to go get the kids.
How are they at the theme parks? Like when you guys take them to Disney, how are they there?
I will say, the kids are really well behaved for the most part. They're pretty good, but we never had to use leashes for them. The kid leashes.
Our threats work pretty well, though.
You just gotta scare them. No.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Is the fear parenting with them in that place?
Yeah. But also you have to keep you have to keep your threats too. Like they can't just be like, oh, mom's gonna threaten that we're gonna leave. You need to be ready to leave, honey. Yeah. We are going to walk out of here.
Have any of you guys had to pull that trigger? Have Kate, you two, have you had to pull the trigger?
Not at Disneyland, but at a birthday party. I said we're gonna leave this birthday party right now. And it was so rude to my friend. And I think she was like honestly mad at me. Like, why would you? But I was like, it's not okay behavior. Mm-hmm. And I told them we're leaving if they don't shape up, and they're not shaping up. So we're leaving.
No, done that. I've done it quite a few times. Like my kids know, and shit, my husband knows too. If I'm like, I'm gonna go. Like I've literally been on a date with my husband one time back in the day. We got into a fight and I literally Ubered home. So
that's called an Irish goodbye. You're Irish now.
I don't play when it comes up. But they're good. So that we really, like when they were little, we really, established the hand holding. So we do a lot of hand holding.
Yeah.
12-year-old like still holds my hand to this day, like crossing the street or anything like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So sweet. I want my 12-year-old to love me someday.
Oh, it's sweaty now. Like it's like a very sweaty hand. Oh. So hold on to the arm kind of thing,
The back of the t-shirt. Just make sure you hold on to that.
Yeah. We took the boys to the aquarium in Scranton, PA this last weekend, and they were, especially for them, very well behaved until we caught Jace trying to put starfish in his pocket to bring home.
Wow.
Because they have like one of those you can pet them tanks.
Yeah. That seems like that's the aquarium's fault.
Yeah. I mean, they left it unsupervised, and he's like trying to put a star. I'm like, what are we doing with the starfish? He's like, I was gonna put it in our fish tank.
That's so sweet. I would have been like, all right, just take one.
Yeah.
Take one.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they probably would not have noticed, but like he would have been a little dry by the time we
That's true.
I actually it's funny, we have a tortoise, like that's our pet. Like everybody got a pet during the pandemic, and I was like, what can I just feed my grass to? Tortoise. But we like went to the store today to like get him new bedding, and it's like a tropical fish aquarium place too. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, they're like, well, like I was like, what if we wanted to get fish? They're like, oh, you'd have to prep the water, bring in a sample to us. There's a lot of like rules for fish, you guys. What the hell?
There's so much. As soon as you put them in the water, if it's not right, they're dead, and there goes all your money. Dead within an hour.
That's also like too soon to teach about death. My God. Oh, your brand new pet. It was no longer here.
Turtles, and I don't know. My husband, that's one of his jobs. He takes care of the turtles, but yeah, you do have to add like a lot of stuff to the water, and we've had a couple.
It's like, yeah. I just feel like the tortoise, like he basically, I mean, we're in California, like I'm in Southern California, so it's like he just goes in his little cage outside, eats, like he's like our little lawnmower, and then like bring him back in when it gets too cold, and like just like that's but also that. But it's also like what he adds nothing to our lives. Like he does not give us affection. I mean, I am obsessed with him because I'm like, you're a dinosaur. You're an actual dino. Like, what is happening? But he's like, I don't think he knows me from any of you. He's just like, you're warm. Like reptiles are not like, no one's ever been like, wow, reptiles, they really love you back.
Yeah, they're just just there spending all your money like the children.
What pets do you have, Tiffany?
Pardon?
What pets do you have?
I have 2 dogs.
Oh, dogs.
They do love you back.
They're very needy. When they're mad at you, they shit in your living room. The works. That's what I got.
So do my twins.
Oh, I love that. Tiffany's old dog has been pissing. You said Sadie's been like pissing in front of your door, like your front.
Oh yeah, when she's angry. Because we leave her inside. She's so old, we'll just leave her inside when we're like doing stuff outside in the backyard, and she'll get angry and pee right there, like right in the spot where you need to walk into. And she already peed, so I know it's an angry pee, and I'm just like, ugh.
But is it possible she's just like us and she just can't sneeze without peeing a little? Is it possible it's just like a little incontinent?
Oh.
You said she's old.
She's not incontinent for the days that we're inside doing absolutely nothing. It's specifically when she's the only one inside and no one else is. She times it perfectly well.
Did she do it while you were on the cruise?
No, well, my husband was here, so she wasn't alone. So no, she didn't.
I know, but it maybe is a you thing. She's like, that's my man.
Maybe every single time, yeah, 100%.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So is there anything else like exciting going on for you guys career-wise? Like obviously Amazing Race making it pretty far was exciting, but is there any other stuff we can be looking forward to from you guys that you can talk about?
Yeah, we are going to Vegas for the Cheer Choice Awards. We were nominated for, what category did we make it? Family?
We had 2 categories. I think we only made it on one. I think it was family that we actually like are in the nomination for.
And the other one was MILFs. Like, what was the other one?
I think the other one was like motivational under a certain amount of followers. I can't remember.
Oh, that's so amazing. Yeah.
So it's like family spreading positivity and cheer and just bringing like a positive influence in the social media community world. Whatever.
I love that. It's so funny. I just started, I got an app that would block me from social media, like during certain hours. Cause I would like there would be like hours gone. I'd just be like scrolling.
Yeah.
But I then do sometimes feel like down. Cause I'm like, where's my inspirational stuff though? Like, maybe they can just block the things that are like, they're going to make me feel bad. Like, why can't it just tell me what's going to make me feel good and let me keep watching that stuff? Because you guys are such a feel good. Hello.
Thank you.
We like to think of it sometimes. Half of our videos lately have been responding to some of these comments of what people really be thinking is going on in our lives.
Yeah.
How much of a percentage of like the comments you get? Because I mean, I see your videos about that, but how much of the percentage of your total are those kind of people?
I don't know. It depends on the video, honestly.
I don't think we would have an accurate. We do really, really great at filtering out keywords and key situations, so it doesn't even get posted. People will spend their time writing the meanest, harshest comments. As soon as there's a key word there, the comment gets deleted without us even getting a chance to see. So I don't know. It could be a lot that we don't know about.
Well, funny, my 7-year-old, he will sometimes scroll through my TikTok, and with the ones where you guys lip sync to movies and stuff, he actually thinks that you guys do all those voices. And he's like, they do a lot of voices. So like, I was like, I'm not gonna ruin that for
no, that's
I love
it.
I do a mean old Greg for sure.
That might have actually been the one where it started. Actually, was that.
Also, I love, Jason, that you're like, I let my 7-year-old scroll my TikTok. What's wrong? Like, wow. That's
honestly
bold.
the most of what he ends up in is close-up magic. Like it's just people doing magic tricks, and that's like the bulk of, and these guys, that's it. It's what he sees.
So you're telling us we need to add some magic tricks to our next video.
If I don't see a close-up magic trick, I'm going to be very disappointed.
All right, that's what I can do.
We'll have to figure it out.
Well, scroll through TikTok. There's plenty of tutorials.
I'm on
So funny.
I'm on pet TikTok, like cute cats and food TikTok. That's what I normally see on my FYP.
I don't know what side of TikTok I'm on lately, honestly. I get scared when I log in. It's a mystery every day.
Who? I'll tell you what, I get a lot of tortoise content. I made a mistake early on of watching other people's tortoises, but also is there anything else on TikTok other than people doing dances?
Oh, there's so much on TikTok.
I feel like
Log
it's
on
also
TikTok at random hours of the day, and you'll just see these new categories that you never thought was a thing. Apparently, like late in the night, there's like some risque TikToks going on. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I need to get off. It's not the side I need to be on.
So we have 2 TikTok accounts. One used to be mine, and then we just like changed mine to the backup account, and then we have our normal TikTok. Tiffany's normally on the Moms of Tampa regular one, but we both have access, to both of them. And I was on the Moms of Tampa TikTok the other day, and it was like grandma's twerking. And I was like, what are you watching, Tiffany?
I don't know. I literally see the weirdest things.
What is this?
Is it like a car wreck for you where you can't look away once you're in, you just continue to watch?
I wish I could say some of the things that I've seen, because some of them is really like messed up. But like I've just been on there, and then I'm like, you know how you get nosy, and I'm like, is this just like a one-off video, or is this like all of their content? So then you creep on their page, and then you're like, oh, and then you go down somewhere else, and then next thing you know, it's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm watching like Little Munchkin Land doing dances. I just don't know what's going on.
I get sucked into like the 911 calls, where like the
That's
crazy
a good
911
one.
calls. They're the ones my wife and I will literally like, we get sucked in, and it's like it ends up being like Tiffany said, like 2:00 in the morning. You're like, where did the last 6 hours go?
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what? I'm sorry.
No, you, Megan, you.
No, the last time like I was on TikTok, and I think I sent it to you, Tiffany, because I was trying to bring Tiffany down with me, because I was like, this is actually like weird. So I was trying to like, I've been really into, I don't know if you've seen it, like the dogs that go to daycare, and then they put them on a bus, and they pick up the dogs from each house, and then they all go on a school bus together, and like everyone knows like which dog's gonna be picked up next, and they're like, oh, Billy, or whatever the dog's name is jumping out of the seat, and they're like, hey, and like trying to get like the bus driver's attention, and like I watched this for hours. I watched it.
That messed up our whole algorithm that whole week, because after Megan watched that, there was people going live with their dogs that were pregnant giving birth, and I was on live for like 4.5 hours. I'm like, when is the next puppy gonna be born? Like literally wasting my whole day watching puppy giving birth.
I went on all of their Instagrams too, and then felt like as if I'm gonna get a puppy from freaking California. I went and I was like, oh, this one looks so cute. I want the spotted one, but I was like, I don't need a fucking dog. This dog's like $6,000.
I was just watching 4 hours. She just stood there just panting the whole time. I'm like, is she gonna give birth soon? When is this gonna happen?
It's like when that giraffe April gave, like everybody was watching it for like weeks on end.
That was me.
I also was watching April too. I was like, when is she giving birth to this damn baby giraffe?
Wait, was that during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was.
No, that was.
So,
I don't remember.
No, that was
wild.
before. She gave birth to the
before?
second one during the pandemic.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's only
So-
like 40 minutes from here. So we've actually met April several times.
Oh.
I think she passed though.
Oh.
I can't remember. It was. I don't think they said any, or if they said anything, it wasn't as popular as her giving birth.
They like her kids are all there, and they have like, I don't know, rival giraffe gangs now. I'm not sure.
There's a rival giraffe.
Pandemic, kid.
There's bad blood at Animal Adventure Park.
That is too funny.
We were at the zoo once when a Garanuk, which is like a Garanuk, I might be saying it wrong, which is like a deer, had a baby in like a baby hanging out of its like its deer vagina. I don't know what it's called. It's gaping labia. It was just, and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And my kids were like, what is that? Because it was, and I'm just sort of going off of like the science of what we do. The legs don't come first, honey. And this thing was in like a pike position, like a gray gluganus pike position, like coming out. And I was like, what's going to happen? And then like the animal person, the zookeeper, whatever, like tried to like approach, and she was like started running. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to fall. I mean, I'll tell you what, I love birth. It's not me.
I think I would have sat there and watched the whole thing go down.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
All that I get to see is every single time we go to Disney, and I'm telling you, it's every single time, except for the one time I went with you, Tiffany, and you ride the safari ride. I've always seen an elephant taking a giant shit.
Damn.
So,
Yes.
I have never seen that at Disney.
Yeah. It's on every single time I go to the safari ride and we see the elephants, it's just always giving like birth to a shit.
I like that. That's like one of your favorite parts of seeing the animals. And I run to the monkey exhibit. I'm like, what inappropriate thing are we going to see today?
We saw 2 rhinos doing their thing, and we had to explain what was being saw to the child. And
dude, remember when we used to go to Busch Gardens and you would hear the tortoises? I think they like put the tortoises away though. You would hear them and you're like, what is that noise? And they're like, rah, rah.
They make noises when they're living their best
Yes.
lives. And it is the funniest noise to
You can
hear
hear
in
it.
person, because you know the kids don't know what's going on and you're just like,
I've watched this on TikTok. Thank you for bringing it up. It's like the guy Ike that I watch. Ike will get on Daisy's back and then he'll go, "Ah!"
Yep.
those are my favorites.
Those are the best.
No, seeing it in person is so much more majestic, though. Honestly, it's an experience and worth it. I'm so disappointed they weren't doing that the last time. I think we were missing a tortoise.
Kate, do you ever just bring those moves home for Dickie? Do you just go with that?
Honestly, it's what I married into. Those are the moves I get. I was like, you, sir. You, sir.
It's a special treat. I love that.
Have you guys been down to in West Palm Beach? Have you guys been down to Lion Country Safari?
No, what is that?
It's a drive-through safari where you drive your car, and you can stop in front of each of the there's 10 biomes from Africa that you can stop.
This sounds like Joe Exotic's place.
He started there.
Did he?
He did, and was promptly fired. But I used to work because it's a security threat. I was a head of a security company at the time.
Bragger.
And no, but my job at night was to make sure our guards were awake so that nobody tried to let these animals out. Mm-hmm. And one night, one of the workers forgot to tie up the paddle boats.
Nope.
And the paddle boats floated out to Monkey Island. And the monkeys climbed into the paddle boats, but they don't know how to paddle the paddle boats. So when the workers came in the next morning, there were just 24 monkeys in boats floating around the little pond.
I love that.
My God, that sounds amazing.
We haven't been to any type of safari thing like that. I feel like Megan would try to convince the animals to come inside the car and go home with her, because she is such an animal lover. And you need to see some animals.
I will say, if the ostrich approaches your car, don't roll down the window. It won't go. It doesn't go well.
I feel like that's a lot of what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. feel like I see a lot of that on TikTok, or like Tony Baker, the comedian, who will like do the voices like cram. He like is doing like the goat that's like headbutting. He's like, oh, you want some of this? You want some of this? You want some of this? Cram! Like it's so funny. I guess I just get animal stuff, guys.
I'm trying to get Tiffany to do like goat yoga or like cat yoga or something with me.
I did cat yoga.
Did you?
How'd you like
it?
Yeah.
It's as long as certain cats use their claws more than others. And
that's what I'm afraid of.
But some of them are like, they're totally into it, and they've like, you can tell who the veterans are in the room and like the way that they approach you, and then you can tell who's a new recruit.
Oh, that would be interesting. I definitely want to do it. I want to do some type of animal yoga and just focus on more of the animals and less on the, what is it, downward dog?
Oh my God. Tiffany and I just started yoga, and dude, the downward dog, that shit hurts. Like, yoga's it's so much fun. I love it, but like,
we're literally in the middle of yoga and like doing whatever poses we're doing, and as soon as the instructor is like, now down to downward dog, you hear the both of us going like, oh.
So I'm built like Mr. Potato Head, so there's no downward anything doesn't usually go well for me, except with a buffet.
No, not fun at all. Not worth it.
It's so funny because you guys are so like in sync on so many things, like, and obviously would have been great friends even if you hadn't been with the same man at different times. Everybody different times. But it's funny to me because I'm like, I don't know, like I'm trying to articulate, like, do you guys like, did your man pick the same person, just different? Like, do you know, like a little bit? Yeah.
All the time. I really truly feel like Tiffany and I are like soulmates, and we would have met at some point in our life.
Yes.
Like, I joke around all the time, like we would have met in the aisle at Target or drunk in a bathroom somewhere, and we would have become like best friends.
Yeah.
It's also funny. I feel like sometimes people find this out. Like my parents' best friends from childhood they ended up getting pregnant in high school and getting married at 19, and they're still together. They're like 50, however many years plus into the marriage. And but they like at some point when they were older, like went through their first communion pictures, and like I think the woman Sharon was like, "Oh, how do you have this picture?" And he's like, "No, this is mine." They walked together in their first communion. Like,
really?
Nobody had any idea. I feel like that's going to happen with you too, where it's going to be like, there's going to be like some concert you were both at, and like Tiffany's going to be in the background, like, of a picture that you took or something. I feel like we're going to get that same story from you guys of like, you're going to look at a picture and be like, wait, I'm in this picture.
At what point did you know you guys were going to be best friends? Like, at what point were you like, hey, this is kind of working?
Our son kind of, I don't want to say like set us up, but like he would go between the houses and be like, you know, I would be doing my makeup or something, and he'd be like, oh, you know, Tiffany has this, and Tiffany likes this. Tiffany likes wine. Tiffany, you know.
He parent trapped you.
He kind of did. And then once we found out all of our common interests, like, I don't know what it was for you, but I tell you all the time, like, it was when we both love an influencer, and she came out with a makeup line and had a lot of drama and stuff around it, and she was telling people to not use her products anymore, but we were still both low-key kind of using the products because we still love them. She was like, you still use that? And I was like, really embarrassed. I was like, yeah. And she's like, I do too. And then I was like, okay.
No, for real. Yup.
Oh my God, now I want to know who it is. Ooh, I gotta know. I'm gonna look it up. I'll look it up later.
I'm so obsessed with her. I don't want to bring her down. We're obsessed, but
you can type it in the private chat on the side, and nobody can see it.
I mean, she's very open about it. I mean,
why did she? They found like there was something was tainted, or she was like, I don't like this product anymore. Like, was like the ingredients bad or something?
Yeah,
you can't. Okay.
Cause the test monkeys to get stuck in little boats.
There's there was some issues. I mean, I didn't have any issues with it. I don't think Megan had any issues with it either.
I still use it.
Samesies.
Well, it's so funny. The laundry detergent that I use is this like very she brand from like New York, but I love the way it smells. And they just recalled all of their products. They're like, there's a low level of this that can be found in it, and if you're immunocompromised, it could be a problem. But I was like, all my clothes get dried in a dryer. Ain't no bacteria coming out of the dryer. I like scorch my clothes. And I was like, I'm gonna keep using it. And my kids are sick all the time, so who knows? Maybe it is the laundry detergent.
Slowly taking them out.
Yeah, I feel like whatever. Like some things are just worth it.
Some things are worth it. So can I ask, are you guys, speaking of kids being sick all the time, are your kids right now, although the 12-year-old probably already had grown its immune system, but like I do feel like this pandemic really messed up immune systems of kids. Are you finding that, is it 5? No, what's the younger? 5, yeah.
12, right?
5 and like, are you finding that the 5-year-old is constantly sick?
Always. He got sick, what was it, 2 months ago, where he got really sick. He had like the flu or something, and then never even fully, he was like starting to get better, and then he got sinusitis. So his lungs never got to like fully recover. Then he got something on top of it where he was on up until like 2 weeks ago. He was doing an inhaler. He was doing a nebulizer every day. He was on an antibiotic for his ears. He had an ear infection on top of it. Of course. He had so many things going on. He was taking like 6 medications a day.
Yeah.
It feels so personal when it happens to me. I'm like, why does this keep happening to us? But it's like almost a relief to hear that like there's other people are going through this too. Mm-hmm. But for me, I really feel like it was keeping them. Did your school shut down in Florida or no? Were you guys still in school in 2020? Okay, yeah. So there was something about shutting down the schools, which like obviously that was to like prevent deaths of older people in the family and blah blah blah. But I'm like, my God, like my kids didn't get sick for 2 straight years, and now, oh no, did I freeze?
No, you're still here.
Freezing. Okay, I'm still here. I feel like now because they didn't build up an immune system for 2 straight years, they are just like anything. My son Neil he's 7. He's had 3 concurrent bouts of strep throat. Like,
oh wow.
First antibiotic didn't take care of it. Then the third time they're like, I guess he was reinfected. I'm like, you gotta be kid. Like, how many antibiotics can a kid be on? And then there's RSV. There's it's just. Plus, we're still worried about COVID. Like, not worried, but like, that's still an option. It's just
it's
we wild.
Just had it.
Oh my God! Yeah, how are you feeling, by the way?
I'm good.
Yeah.
All of everything's back to normal here, or abnormal, whatever it is here.
Oh my God. The other show I do, we all happened to be at this play the other night, and half of the people now have COVID from it. I'm like, oh God.
Nice.
And we were just at Disneyland like the last couple of days because of spring break, and I forgot like that place is packed.
Yeah,
very
packed. So packed.
And also, so the other. You guys would never probably, when you come out, I'm sure you come out for LA stuff all the time, but you guys would never even bother with these parks, would you? You'd be like, I'm sorry, Disneyland, what? No, we got Disney World.
No, girl, we're the opposite. We would die to go to Disneyland. Like, I want to go so badly.
It threw me off so badly because I was so used to the Florida park, and not everything is in the same place, but your brain processes the Florida park. So like things are flipped. The Haunted Mansion is not in the same. And like there are things that your brain will be like, oh wait, this should be, oh, that's not here. And it's
Is it the same exact rides? Is that all it is? Just like a copycat?
No, I mean some of the rides are the same. Like Space Mountain is the same. Big Thunder Mountain is the same. Now, well, they still have Splash Mountain. Florida doesn't. But they have like an Indiana.
Oh, you guys don't have Splash Mountain at all?
No, we're redoing our to Princess and the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
So I think ours just got redone to it, but it's reopened. But I was like, it's raining out. I'm not going on this ride. I'm already too wet. And also my
yours hasn't closed yet.
Well, also,
it
it hasn't. Okay, that's why.
Ago, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like selling the water on eBay. Like people got some of the water and they're like selling the water on eBay.
And I'm worried about bacteria in my laundry detergent. I don't think so.
But they also have a couple of different. They have the Matterhorn and out in California, and they don't have that in Florida.
But the other thing is that you guys have like 8 parks. So like our Galaxy's Edge, our Star Wars, which
they
is
have that.
But isn't it its own park there or no? Or is that part of Magic Kingdom?
It's a part of we have 4. So we have Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and then Animal Kingdom.
We also have 2 water parks and Disney.
Yeah.
Right. There's like the animal one, right?
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. Okay, yeah.
And then you have Disney, you have Magic Kingdom, and then California Adventure.
Yeah, yes. It's just called Disneyland and California Adventure. And California Adventure is like Pixar stuff. Like we've got, I mean, do you guys have a Cars ride anywhere? Do you have Pixar stuff? Yeah.
It's
like that.
It's
stuff.
different than their
I'm sorry. We have a car show. That's what it is. A car show.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with the movie Cars.
Okay.
The Cars ride is basically like a Cars movie themed test track.
Okay.
Oh, it's so fun.
Cute.
Not that I'm a Disney nerd in any way, shape, or form, as has been very clearly demonstrated.
Well, also we have the Avengers campus. Is that like in the Magic Kingdom for you guys? No, don't have it.
We have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, the
ride, but
Tower of Terror got turned over too. No, not
No.
No, we have Tower Terror.
Oh, see, they took away our Tower of Terror and made it the Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever. And I'm so sad because I love Tower of Terror.
It's the same ride.
No, it's not, because it doesn't open up at the top. Remember the elevators? They open at the top, so you see how high you are.
Well, that must be new. It did it when I went on it.
Well, maybe the ride wasn't closed. I'm telling you, it wasn't opening. I was like, well, that's no fun. I want to be freaked out and see how high up I am before you drop me.
No, they have
anyway.
Epcot has the Tower or Guardians roller coaster, right?
Yeah, that's what we have. Is the roller
coaster. Is a roller coaster.
Yeah, they just rethemed Tower of Terror into Guardians of the Galaxy in California.
Oh wow. Guardian, I think, is one of the most popular ride right now at Disney. Is the Guardians of the Galaxy. You have to get like a virtual queue and everything, but the ride is literally so much fun.
Is it awesome? It is awesome.
100%.
Are your boys Marvel kids?
The younger one is slightly. They're more like Pokemon, SpongeBob.
They've seen every single Marvel movie though, as far as all the superheroes.
Because their dads watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suspected that was the case.
100%.
So something that's just come to my attention is that there's something called Disney Adults. Are we all Disney adults, or do we still get to hide behind the fact that we have kids too?
No, I'm a Disney adult.
Am I officially a weird Disney adult?
Megan and I have annual passes to Disney World, and the kids do not.
I was telling Megan before the show the reason I still have an annual pass, which Kate, you know, is when my first marriage ended.
You sure you want to say this out loud?
Yeah, it'll be fine. She's not going to do anything about it.
No, I'm curious.
So when we ended, I was living in Florida and I had my annual pass, and she didn't want to lose her Florida annual pass. So she continued to renew it under my thing, but also pays for mine. And she has renewed it every year for the past like eight to 10 years. She just keeps renewing it.
That's a nice little after, relationship support there. I like that.
It's like Megan said there. I mean, it's not all bad.
Right? And people said getting the divorce was bad.
Note to self, if that ever happens, include that somehow, somewhere in there.
Yeah, you just have to make sure it's on a recurring like debit from their card. And she must log in, but like Megan and I were talking about, at $25 a pop for parking, it
pays for itself at the end of the day. We've gone so many times it already pays for itself. So I highly recommend it. I wish they had all the options instead of just one, but
yeah, the reason why we have passes and our kids don't is because we were only able to get the Monday through Friday one, and obviously our kids are in school. So we have to wait until they open up all the passes again, and then we can upgrade.
Have they redone? They haven't redone that yet for the weekend ones?
Nope, not yet.
no.
Ours is also now just the weekday one.
Oh, okay. Yep, they haven't changed it. I think I don't know what they're waiting for, but I want it.
Have you noticed? I mean, are crowds any better than they were like in the last 6 months? Like since Iger took back over, it's still a complete mess.
Yeah.
I would say it's still a mess, but with the genie and stuff like that, I mean, where you can kind of it's a better version of the fast pass. You don't have to wait in line as long, and you can kind of book something and then go find something else to do and then come back, and you're only in line for 20 minutes versus waiting an hour and a half for certain rides.
I miss old school fast pass.
Me too. We should talk about that.
When you'd rush to get to the little machine and get the little ticket. I miss that. And
then someone would lose it. And then they could get up.
I love that. I don't think I ever paid for a fast pass, so I wouldn't know, but
I'm actually in the Disney system as a treasured guest because I have complained too many times about things that have gone wrong.
Is that what they call someone who complains too much? A treasured guest?
So there were some things wrong with my room, and I happened to say something, and there was an incident from a previous time. And when they were typing in, I heard the guy say to the woman, the other cast member, she said, "We have a treasured guest." And I had already knew what it meant, as it means you're in their system as a consistently problematic guest.
Oh my God.
I just demand Walt level significance in there. It's what Walt would have wanted.
Yeah, it's what he would have wanted. Exactly.
You need to take advantage and just make that on a Disney shirt. So when you walk in, it's here comes the treasured guest. So they're
exactly
warned.
I really should. You probably could sell that shirt on Etsy.
Yeah, and then for those who don't know and don't complain, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, such a cute Disney shirt." But for those who do know, they're like, "Stay away from him."
Well, when I left the last time, I went to talk to the staff to try and rectify the whole thing, and I was like, I want you to know I had a delightful stay. I really where do you guys ever stay in the parks at the hotels, or do you just go home?
We've been hosted by Disney a couple times, and we've stayed in the rooms, but I mean, we live so close. It's an hour drive.
Yeah.
Plus Tiffany has family in Orlando. We could stay at her family's house or.
Nice. Mulligan, are you back?
I don't know what's going on. I feel like we're going to have to wrap early because I am losing my mind and I feel like I can't hear you guys. So then I can't respond to anything anybody's saying. And my internet just keeps going out. And I don't know if it's because we're having worms. And I know that's not actually something.
Oh, I keep losing her.
Spinning wheels. You're just all spinning wheels. Can anyone hear me?
Kate,
no one can hear me.
Kate, I'll call you after if you want to drop out.
What is happening?
Poor Kate. We'll wrap. We've kept you guys. Thanks so much for coming back and doing the show. We always love having you guys.
Of course. I'll have to tell you what happens after camping.
Oh yeah, talk about your camping story. What's the family about to experience?
We're all going camping. We're leaving tomorrow and we're staying till Sunday. And my youngest has never been. We're gonna have both husbands, obviously, which is already gonna be a shit show in itself.
Yes.
And Tiffany, you've only been camping one other time, right?
I went camping once, my first time ever camping, and I got a tick to stay on my little back area, which was lovely.
Oh no!
Her husband
so excited.
I cannot in good conscience take our twin 4-year-olds camping. It's just not gonna happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah. Who's gonna survive? This is a little what was that show that Little Amazing Race for us with all 6 of us together because I don't know how it's gonna work.
I think Bryce will probably go the distance.
until he needs to poop and realizes that we're pooping outside in the woods.
Yeah, Bryce is gonna thrive.
That's not his jam.
Is it what?
That's pooping outside is not his thing.
Oh no.
He's a very like clean. I don't know what we're gonna do.
He hates being dirty. Like he doesn't like having things on his hands. He doesn't like things he has to eat with his hands. He's just a very clean kid. So I mean, he loves being outside. So I know he's gonna thrive in that sense. But I mean, the men are gonna be sleeping like in hammocks, and I am like, I don't feel comfortable with Bryce sleeping in a hammock. He's gonna wake up in the middle of the night and scream, and then I'm gonna scream, and it's just gonna be.
Wait, they're gonna sleep outside in hammocks? Did they forget it rains in Florida every 15 minutes?
They'll sleep through it. It doesn't faze them.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I could not do it.
Absolutely not. Tiffany and I are going to be sleeping in the tent, probably with Bryce. And like I said, Tiffany's not a very like campy kind of person, so it's gonna be. I'm bringing champagne. I'm gonna bring some seltzers. We'll be fine.
I'm bringing my own portable toilet.
Yeah.
Well, please let us know how that goes. I look forward to the posts about how the Moms of Tampa camping adventure goes. We gotta get the dads on here sometime. I think that would be a lot of fun to have them.
We do. There's something else. You let them speak for themselves. They are.
We're gonna require bottled wine for us just to listen in on that one.
Yeah, they hang out by themselves all the time. Like they go camping by themselves all the time. They'll be gone for like 2 or 3 days camping. Like they'll go fishing.
Oh, there he is there. Hey.
Oh, there he is.
You got to come on the show sometime.
Anytime.
But
shopping. Did you go grocery shopping?
We did.
Okay.
We did.
But well, anyways, where can people find you guys?
Everywhere. Moms of Tampa. Everywhere. Our podcast is on all podcast streaming services under From Blended to Besties.
All of our cruise content is going to be on YouTube in the next upcoming week. So for people because so many people were like, I want to know what's going on, how this cruise is. It's an adult-only cruise. This is what we were so excited about. And I feel like so many parents need to go through that. We're going to be posting all the content.
Fantastic. And they can find you guys at Moms of Tampa on Instagram and momsoftampa.com. What is the TikTok handle?
Moms of Tampa.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, thank you guys very much. We'll hopefully have you guys back again soon. And good luck. Good luck out there this weekend.
We're going to need
it. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye. For our fans out there, from our show from last week, we are partnered now currently with You Only Virtual, and they are an AI company who are currently going to be developing AI virtual personalities of you and your loved ones, so that if some in the unforeseen circumstance that something tragic happens, like it did with our family, with Melissa and I, you can continue to talk with that person after. We're going to play now a special video of our family story with You Only Virtual. Melissa is the real heart of this family. She's the glue that holds this family together. At 29, she was put on a heart transplant list. Every 8 years for the rest of her life, she's going to have a major heart surgery. And for me to know that there's a chance that my boys won't have her to hold is unbearable. She's my heart. She's my soul. It's for me now. She's my person, and the reality is she's probably at some point gonna get cut short. He asked me, he's like, what will I do if I lose both my parents? It affected me to my core because I didn't have an answer at the time. I love the family life that we've built here, not just my values, but I think I also have a unique way of looking at the world. No matter what happened, I never wanted him to be without those things. I found you, I was fascinated. I know you miss me but I'm still here with you in a way. I'll always be your dad no matter what. After experiencing what I felt in my heart hearing that stuff, you guys really have created something that this is not only game changing, but this is world changing this is going to be world changing for people. I will always be able to love you as long as this exists. Wow. It is truly going to be an amazing experience once this app goes live, March 31st, next Friday. Melissa and Jason and I are going to be traveling out to Los Angeles. We're going to be live at the premiere. We're going to do a Parents Lounge show beforehand, so you can kind of see us live at the premiere. Mulligan and I are going to be, at the premiere, and we're going to be, it's going to be an amazing experience for everybody involved, and for our listeners and our fans, Justin and the team over at You Only Virtual are offering $5 subscriptions for life. You can go to the link that is scrolling at the bottom. I'll also post it on our Instagram as well as our Facebook, YouTube, all of the places. And you can head on over there and you can get your own persona of your virtual reality or virtual artificial intelligence for just $5 for life, and you can start building it, and it is truly going to be groundbreaking and change the way that we deal with grief. Anyway, that's it for the Parents Lounge for this week. We'll be back Tuesday night with Mr. Jeff Belanger, the king of the paranormal, and it is going to be a fantastic show. So we will see you guys then. Like and subscribe to us. Hit us up. Leave us a review on iTunes. New episodes of the podcast drop every Thursday and Monday, and we'll see you guys next week. Love you out there. Good night, everybody.